Yeah, no, I like the Dominate Dominion community. You guys are cool cats in my books. So yeah, that's my present to you guys. Also, I'm here taking up for Chobra. Feel better, bro. You know, get that cough out of the way. People here, you know, they've taken a good liking to you. So rather see you keep it up. So we're looking for the bands. Team left by line to pick Bandits. Mike, Talith, Ilalia, Parkhurst. I don't know who that other guy is. Aish, but
Aish? Oh yeah, Aish is the other guy. They also have like usually you'd see Jaja instead of Aish, but Jaja is not available, I guess. So they have Aish in. They have a couple subs. Most of the teams have like 1 or 2 subs on their rosters. Like you see here, Payzone and Child Support does not have Panzers this game. They've got Half-Hearted instead. Which Half-Hearted, I've been waiting for him to be in a game. I gotta plug Half-Hearted's brand guide. It is so good. It tells you in detail about how you should build brand and why you should build brand the way that he suggests you build it. It goes into detail about the different items, and it gives you info on the way his role works in Dominion, and it's just great overall. I'm gonna throw it in the chat.
I love these bands. Nunu, Lulu, Amumu, and Wukong. Yeah, I thought they were actually trolling me, but yeah, Nunu, Lulu, Amumu, and Kassadin instead are going to be the 4 out of client bans. Of course, they are going to get their tournament draft 6, which will lead us to a 10 total ban. But yeah, Nunu, infeed, not allowed. Lulu's a mic, not allowed. Amumu, just nobody likes him. And Kassadin, OB. So that out of the way.
Man, I thought that was my shtick. Did I get that from you?
What?
I've been doing this sort of like comedic retelling of why we pick and ban things. I do one game that's like super hard analysis. I go like down each champ. It takes like 5 minutes, and the next game I'm like, let me tell you why they're really banned. I just like blow through it in 10 seconds, like you just did.
Well, I don't know better, so that's why I do it.
Did you do that in earlier ones? No, I'm like,
Maybe.
because I started doing it. I don't remember when.
I don't care to go back over 17 weeks ago to find out.
Yeah, I don't want to watch them all. I'll just assume that I inherited that from you.
Cool. You're welcome.
Sweet. So that's the forecourt jester summary recap
I give you guys more than you know.
that I kidnapped from him.
Also get yourself STD tested. I mean, let's get this game rolling. So, Summoner...
Life advice for free, Dominant Dominion stream.
Summoner blocks are up, so we're going to get the normal 6 bans. But again, Nunu, Lulu, Amumu, and Kassadin getting them out of the way, guys. So, finals game. Pex and... blind pick. You know, these guys are top-notch dogs. If you had to watch any game tonight, I'm glad it's going to be this one.
Yeah, Pays Evelynn Child Support had a 5-win killing spree in Dominate Dominion tournaments. They went 5 weeks with completely undefeated. They just went like, oh, I'm gonna join this game. I'm gonna sign up for the tournament. I'm just gonna win all my games. They're just like 2-0ing blind pick Banditos. I'm like, what's going on?
Sounds legit.
And then last week, blind pick Banditos completely shut Pex down. 2-0 very, very convincingly, and I'm like, whoa, this is the blind pick Banditos that I know. They're like just winning. It's convincing and it's easy and it's simple, and I'm like, wow, that's a thing.
That is a thing that people talk about somewhere, sometimes. Bans coming up. Pantheon, Jax, Malphite. Again, you were talking a little bit about that Malphite back in game number 1, but Jax, a very heavy hitter mid-game. Jace, Poppy, Wukong, not really too surprising even for me, but Poppy Wukong as a combo is just pretty sick. And Jace, of course, borderline OP. I know Talith's been playing a lot of Jace in solo queues, so...
Stream chat's awesome today. Thank you, viewers, for watching. We're really glad you come and check out. Tell your friends. The tournament is free to enter. You're gonna play Dominion anyway, maybe. You know, if you're gonna sit down like, hey, I want to play some Dominion. You know what? Come to the tournament. Bring some friends. Come play. It's free. Worst case scenario, you lose, and then you go ladder. Best case scenario, you win a bunch of RP and you buy Swain skins. It's awesome. You can do that. It's great. So.
Yeah. Worst case, we make fun of you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing someone asking in the chat why Lulu's banned. I guess I'll give a recap of all the
Give him the quick answer, and then give him the real answer. Yeah.
I do one game, then I do the other one the other game.
All right.
So that one game is like this, and the other game is like I just said this in the last game because the game 1-2 of the finals thing. It's been working all right. I'm refining it. So Nunu gets banned because he has extremely good bottom lane sustain, and he's got pretty good harass with the snowball because the AP ratio and damage on is very good. And it's also because infeed plays an extremely good Nunu. So blind pick Banditos ban that out against him. Lulu has very good chase with Glitter Lance. Anyone who's around her, she kind of makes their hit points alive because of her ultimate and her shield.
Mm-hmm.
So just when you think you've got someone within range that can burst them, she just buffs them up real quick, and it's like, oh, I just unloaded on them and they're not dead, which gives them room to counterattack and kind of take them down. It's catching up. And then Amumu gets banned because that was another blind pick ban he was banned. They banned that out against Painkiller because Painkiller's a great Amumu player. He had a game once where he did not miss a bandage toss.
Yep.
It was like, what? It was unbelievable. And you've also got the Painkiller survival method where he's really good at living at low hit points. He just knows the ranges so well that when he gets down to low hit points, he starts playing really kind of conservatively, skirting the edges of different champ ranges and just kind of giving them a reason to want to try and kill him, but staying just out of reach, which keeps them from doing that whole, oh, I'm just going to go back because I can't get him. He likes to skirt that range. He does it so well, especially with Amumu. And Caston's getting banned out because Caston's extremely mobile. He deploys a silence as well. It's a pretty harsh silence. I believe it's 2 seconds or 2.5. It's really rough. And he has a slow. He's got really good chase. He can run away really well. I like to say it as he can chase infinitely and run away infinitely because it just feels like he always has mana. You build him with a lot of mana. And he can just kind of be anywhere he wants on the map because of his maneuverability. I like that Zerath highlight. I'll get to that in a second. Pantheon is extremely durable, so he gets banned out because he's got a great map gap closer with the Grand Skyfall. He does a lot of damage. He's a very good finishing blow champion with the spear toss or spear throw. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. There's 515 champion abilities in the game. I'm sorry, I don't quite remember them all sometimes. And he's got that stun as well, very durable. Jack's basically the same as Pantheon, but he has an AoE stun and is a little bit less durable overall when he doesn't have counterattack up. But both those two champions deliver incredible amounts of damage. Malphite is a great... What?
What was your question on the ability name?
Oh, Pantheon's Q.
It's just a spear.
Okay.
That's all I call it.
I couldn't remember. Alright. And Malphite's extremely tanky. He's great against AD champions because of Ground Slam's attack speed reduction, and it's an AoE, so it's really good to have. You can also spam it a little bit because you like to get Randuin's Frozen Heart if you're against an AD heavy team, or at least just the Frozen Heart. So you're going to be able to throw that down a lot, keep their attack speed low, especially with the Frozen Heart. Synchronizes very, very well with that item plus that ability, so he really shuts down melee. And he's got a great airborne. It's good. Spear shot. Thank you, Forecourt. Yeah, you got it, man.
It's nothing fancy, just throw a spear.
Yeah, spear shot. I knew it was spear something. Jace has got great range with the acceleration gate and the Mercury Cannon shot, and
it's the shock.
He's really tanky as well. He's got the knockback with the hammer. He's a very good brawler. He's a very good ranged harass. Poppy's a nightmare. That gets banned out. I mean, you see Alalia on the other team, that Poppy gets banned out. It's sort of a counter ban kind of thing. I'm gonna talk about Wukong real quick and just go over some of the champs covered from your segments. I had someone PM me about something.
Alright, well, the pig's coming out. Tyler has taken that Ezra. We got going to see Zemike on a Sona, a nice tanky cooldown reduction Sona. Very, very fun times. Now, one thing that you'll typically see Zemike not do is take Revive. And I asked him one day, it's like, dude, Revive is such a good spell. Why do you not take Revive? And he's like, because I don't die. It's a wasted summoner spell if you don't die. And maybe that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, Zemike playing Lulu, playing that Sona, playing these supports, he plays them in such a way that he's tanky, he's cooldown reduction, he's always helping his teammates, and he doesn't bloody die. Now, I'm not saying he hasn't taken Revive. I'm not saying he has taken Revive. I'm just saying, do not be too surprised if you see Zemike being a balls hard badass. Either way, Yorick bottom lane, Alalia, very excellent bottom lane. We just saw that Yorick matchup last round. Ashe on that. Ari, again, Charm, Foxfire, especially with a little bit of cooldown reduction. That Foxfire gets some magic penetration into there, does extremely good work. And the Battle Cow. Yeah, you cannot go wrong with a Battle Cow. Summoner's Rift or Dominion, whatever. Alistar is the most popular champion in the world.
He's got so much disruption, and his ultimate is a great ability to have that he's just solid all around. The only thing he suffers from is it's a little difficult to engage from. And when you have, a good team comp that can buy you some time that lets you get in place, like Sona, for example, with the AoE stun, or Ari being able to pull someone out with the taunt a little bit, It gives Alistar a little bit more time to get into place to position that airborne or that appropriate kick them out of their team and into yours with the knockback. Very good champion. And yeah, you're spot on about Zamike. Zamike for a long time didn't run Revive, and then mysteriously he started running Revive, and you know,
I feel betrayed.
yeah, I didn't know what was up with that, and I talked to him a little bit recently, and he said, well, it's because I'm doing a little bit more DPS now. He felt like doing his pull back and sustain that he always did, where he just never died, like you're referring to, that was a style of play for a very, very long time, and it did really, really well, but he wanted to start contributing to the damage more, because it was a case of he'd be alive at like full hit points and like half man, and it was like, well, crap, and he couldn't really do a lot by himself except like delay tower caps a little bit or something like that. But now he started to build a little bit more damage, do a little bit more fight oriented, get into the thick of it a little bit more, and he started taking that revive as a result of it. So it's kind of cool how his play has changed as things have gone on. Now Darius over there, selected by Infeed, Darius is great because he sort of counters the tanky meta that Dominion kind of has right now. People like to build a lot of hit points, a lot of resistance, armor, things like that, which is really strange considering it has a buff that's like, I'm going to give you extra MR or extra magic pen, extra armor pen, I'm gonna nerf healing, and it's like, oh, well, we're just gonna do all of that anyway, and the Dominion Aura is like, I'm just gonna be here, you can't get rid of me. So it's one of those things, and Darius has a lot of really good melee damage. He's pretty sustainable. You like to build him tanky, and you just want him to stay alive for a while because you want to get those hits in and then deploy that full damage ultimate and just, you know, just take him down, do what you gotta do your stuff, whatever catchphrase you want to use for it, and you know, he likes to throw that down. The damage that he can do with that, and the way he can snipe people out and just get that chain going, he can really clean up a fight. But he's kind of susceptible to kiting, though. That's the sort of the foil for Darius. Now, Swain, as we saw in the game before this, he can deal pretty good damage over time, but he doesn't have really any burst. You can't leave Swain alive for a while. If you do that, he's eventually going to wear you down. He's got the sustain from the Ravenous Flock. And one of the things that you can do is you can kind of mana starve Swain a little bit with that Ravenous Flock by throwing down silences or getting out of range or kind of kiting around a little bit and then circling back around to re-engage him. I think that's one of the best ways to handle him. But if you let him kind of hang out and live, he's going to kill you. Painkiller with Rammus. I haven't seen Painkiller play Rammus in a while, but Rammus is extremely mobile, very tanky. He does a surprising amount of damage if you let him just kind of hit away at you for a minute. It's like, oh, wow, whoa, what is Rammus killing me? He'll get that going on you. He's got an airborne, he's got a taunt, it's a very powerful taunt as well, and he has an AoE in Tremors. So the great mobility combined with the ability to be tanky, he can sort of respond to top or bottom lane. Zamike with Arcade Sona. Raver Sona is so happy, and I don't know why her fight stick is on that side. Like, how are you gonna play like Phoenix, Doom, Zero team with that in Marvel? I don't know how that's going to work. And we got Pentakill Yorick, Foxfire Ari, a lot of cool skins. I'm a big fan of that Arcade Sona skin that they made. And continuing on down the list a little bit, Brand, Half-Hard's Brand, excellent AoE damage, probably one of the highest AoE damages in the game, brings a nice stun to the table. And Diana, who we saw played by Necrogen earlier on in the tournament, she's got that hit and run kind of thing that she can do, and that reverse grab, that kind of pull everyone in thing, which I think synchronizes really well with characters like Brand and Swain, who are so AoE focused. Her ability to kind of collect the enemies and then be able to drop Pillar Flame or a Never Move or a Decimate or something like that on them is really good. So all these champions are definitely bring some serious assets to their team. And loading into the game now, this is Finals Game 1 of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 22. I need to breathe. Casting this week, I'm Gander, and with me is...
Oh, I get to talk now?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, man.
Just like 4 minutes later, yeah.
You did a whole intro, man.
Nah, Forgo Jester coming in for Chobra today. I'm just ripping you there, dude. But yeah, you know, game number 1 is set the finals. Best of 3 coming at you, 500 points apiece. But it is no surprise. Left-hand side, Evelynn Child Support. And on our right is going... Sorry, left-hand side, Blind Pick Banditos. Right-hand side, Evelynn Child Support. Brand rocking out. Piss and fire. I don't know what he's doing, but... yeah. Something I want to ask you about is Talith is running Cleanse.
Talith, with that Cleanse on that Ezreal, Talith PA's been playing a lot of Ezreal recently. He's got that Cleanse, and Ezreal, if Ezreal gets caught, he just dies. Now, this is something that I learned playing Katarina mid in Summoner's Rift, is the fact that you have a Blink champion. You don't need flash or maneuverability like Ghost Ray, thing like that. What you need is cleanse, because you cannot use your jump while you're stunned or you're silenced or whatever else. So what happens is oh, let's say a gank goes down and I'm Ezreal, someone's up top, they cut in around behind me and I get stunned. You know, a blink won't save me, a flash won't save me. You know, none of that stuff is going to save me. No amount of movement will save me, except cleanse will, because you just drop that debuff off you and you immediately get out. And a great snare by Cat and Blueberry to open up the fight.
Yeah, Mike dropping really low. One more auto attack. The ignite just finishes off, and he's gonna survive with like 3 hit points. Something pretty stupid. Oh, what a headbutt! Parker's nearly sewing off Mike with a lot of pain right there. But we are able to get the first blood for. I wanted to say Confetarius, but no, it's going to be Aish on that Ari. She's able to pick up that with her Balls of Doom, and now Painkiller not looking so good either. Parkhurst is burning. He's burning, but he's going to be okay for now as well. And yeah, big DPS coming out. We see those revives now coming back. Swain going to be making a big return up here. Double kill coming out for our Ari. She's doing big work here. Actually, I think that's 3 kills to her name. It is indeed 0 and 3. Half-Heart is going to be dropping as well to Talith. And this top fight, you know, this is the very critical top fight. Revives now coming out. Mike going to be coming back up here. Talith getting caught out, and he already used that cleanse, so he's going to be very susceptible to those taunts and those stuns. Big balls coming out again from Aish, and lots of damage coming out on top of pays Evelynn child support. Talith finally drops. We do got Alistar coming back to top with that Ezreal, and again, it's looking like another prolonged team fight up top. Although game over, sir. Game over. It could be their point now.
Insert coin to continue right there. Sona getting taken down. You see that CC that I was talking about. And you also really saw in that engagement when Sona got back into that fight just how powerful the supports are in this game mode, because you have so many low hit point engagements like that, and her being able to keep Alistar up for that extra time. I mean, he would have been dead several seconds earlier, but she was able to just keep him up there. And Alistar with his own heal as well is like, well, you throw those two together, it synchronizes pretty well, buys you that extra time, and time is what this game mode is all about. It's not damage or anything like that. You can't just slowly chip away at towers, you know, however, over the course of a game. The clock just keeps ticking, and the clock is probably your biggest enemy in this game mode. You see a Parkhurst in that forward part of that bush. Brand checking it with the Pillar of Flame. He's like, hey, wait a minute, something shady going on here. I'm going to start a forest fire next to this fruit stand, trying to find enemy champions, scaring them out of that bush. A little bit of poke going back and forth, poking with that Pillar again. Half-Heart's taking some damage, but he really doesn't care too much. He's got a lot of hit points, and seen a couple skill shots going down there, but no big trades so far. There was it was kind of a sweep up there at the windmill, but both teams playing pretty cautiously. They want to be absolutely certain about their engagements.
Well, absolutely certain is what they're going to have to be. Aish, however, going to get caught out here by Rammus. Big DPS coming down on top of her, but she does use her Spirit Rush to get on out of that, throwing out those Orbs of Deception, looking for those kills. Parkhurst, however, taking a lot of harass from these teams, but with the double heal, and of course Parkhurst being Alistar, he's naturally a battle cow. He's made of sides of steel sometimes. He just really doesn't have a lot of hit points to drop. I mean, he just stays healthy all the time. Great headbutt going down on top of Boo Bear. That was probably the key to start things off. Infeed not looking so good. He is defending at half health. Bottom lane, however, Eulalia, she's doing some good work against Confetarius. You know, both of them going pretty low, but it does seem to be the momentum on the Blind Pick Bandit blue side at this point. Here comes Booberry with that ultimate, of it again getting controlled excellently by a Parker's. Hit points going down. The ultimate has run out because there's no more mana for him, and he is going to be dropping. Painkiller not looking so good. Infeed, however, wants to make something happen here with the Fox. And unfortunately for her, just not happening. Infeed with that Ignite on top of him, just a hair of hit points. And, you know, it's just looking good. You know, I almost want to call this a poke comp coming out of Blind Bandits.
Yeah, they've been very strong about it so far. Brand getting chipped down right there. Painkiller trying to do what he can to delay, and he's gonna... Nope, Painkiller doesn't want any of that. He's just bye, getting out. Wants to go to a safe place where he can recall before he gets captured by someone and taken down. And now, Blind Pick Bandito is able to secure the windmill for the first time this game. And gonna start Only a little bit of a deficit on the Nexus health right now. Things are kind of okay for them. Infeed picking up that Storm Shield in the middle of the map there. Darius with the Storm Shield is a pretty rough opponent, though. For every strong champ like Darius, you have something to balance it out. With Eulalia bottom lane as Yorick is doing a pretty good job. There hasn't been really any action going on down that bottom lane so far, and that's what you want. You want bottom lane just to be kind of consistent and support the entire top half of the map, because when something breaks bottom lane, things come down from the top, literally. And we have a dive coming down up here right now. Painkiller going in, but Talith PA was not where he appears to be, and Painkiller now in a blind pick Bandito sandwich. Brand using that Pillar of Flame to zone out Zemike there, and Painkiller does go down. Their primary source of tanking being defeated right there, and Pace and shot support falling back a little bit.
Yeah, I did take a quick look at the runes while we were loading up, and, you know, I looked at the Painkillers like maybe it's going to be a back capping kind of strategy, but nope, he's going pure tank, and that is exactly what you want a Rammus to do. The back capping really doesn't work. You know, you stack the Zeals, you become fairly useless, allow you taking a lot of damage, you know, normal stuff like that. It does not look like he's going to get out of that one. Confitaria's skin of her teeth, able to pick up the kill, but, you know, going back to what you said, if you can have a rock-solid bottom lane, that is just something that you don't have to worry about. It is off your mind. Unfortunately, it does look like Yorick is going to use the revive. Wow, she waited a long time for that revive, but out it comes. Is going to be able to chase off Infeed, keep the point, but, you know, that's the biggest thing I noticed in solo queues. You know, if you don't have that solid bot lane, your strategies get messed up. Kind of like that, Ari.
And another shutdown up there at the top end of the map. Ari now getting taken out. Painkiller up at the top. Oh, he's going for Sona. He wants some of that controller that she's got, and he's not going to get a Painkiller. You don't even have thumbs. Rammus can't play that. What are you doing?
Turtles have thumbs.
Wait, Rammus has thumbs?
Yeah. Every, like, thing, he's like, okay, with a thumb up.
No way.
Yeah.
I guess they're paying more attention to this stuff. But after that engagement, Pex opted to fall back from that. They were missing their Ari. They didn't want to engage 3v5, or 3v4, excuse me, especially with Blind Pick Banditos having that defender's advantage there. So instead we have Darius going down towards the bottom lane here, going in for Eulalia right there, grabs her with the apprehend, and Confidarius is going to be able to make her stick too, because he does have that draw in AoE. Infeed backing out a little bit, helping to get that, taking that kill on Eulalia actually. But Aish coming down with those spirit rushes, trying to get Infeed, and is Aish going to be able to seal the deal? He's going the right direction to be able to land it, but almost misses with the Arbor Deception there. Zemike going down for the cap on the tower, which means someone's going to have to go there to deal with it. Confidarius is going to use that revive to get down there. Infeed misses with the apprehend. Aish is able to get distance, and things seem like they're going to be okay. But while all of that was going on up at the top end of the map, and Parker's got to defend by himself.
Well, there was an Ezreal, and the key word is was an Ezreal, but yeah, 2 versus 3, they're just not going to have the damage to really go through those CCs. I mean, Captain Booberry, Half-Hearted, and Painkiller really bring in a lot of CC to the table, and, you know, you can't really do too much up against powerhouse combo like that. So yeah, Windmill does go more towards Team Red, but the score fairly even at this point. Does look like Pazov and Child Support going to hold the 3 cap for now. Allow you coming back here to defend, but Infeed really sticking on her with Confitarius. Oh, the point neutral's out, and that is not going to be something that Allow you want. That was one of the key defensive mechanisms of the last gank, and you can see the Dunk Master really getting to work a little bit. Once he hit that range, it's just true damage, guillotine to the face, and that is how Infeed likes to roll.
He likes to roll on out to that speed shrine right there, circle back, get stunned, circle back again, and Infeed might just bail out. Yeah, he's going to go for the ballsiest recall I have ever seen. And gets it off, too. Manages to get out of there. That was crazy recall right there. And Talith PA has discovered Half-Hard in the grass. Get your Pokeball ready, man. You caught him. Parkers gets the airborne off, locking him down a little bit. Using that vision, Ezreal's able to shoot over the wall to get some more damage in on him. Captain Blueberry comes down from around the top of Painkiller, circling with that Powerball. Manages to connect on a Parkers.
Boom. Down goes Ari. No fun there. Talith, again, using that cleanse, trying to get out of these situations. Painkiller just chasing her down, but of course that does split them from the battle count. He does drop. Darius picking up another kill. 4-1 now for him. 4-2 for that, wow, 5-1. 4-2 for the Swain. Another dunk coming on top of that. Sona, but Sona was able to take Brand to the grave with her. And you can see, again, the build with Sona. It does look a little bit more DPS-centric, but at the same time, Chalice of Harmony, great for a lot of that sustain. Allow you, you're probably toast. But as on top of that, the Sheen. But with the Aegis of Legion, you know that's a bit more of a defensive item, and not exactly that more offensive strategy you were talking about earlier.
And Lalia from the Great Beyond there, using that ultimate to get the revenge kill on Darius. Confidarius is going to be able to push this lane, and Lalia with her revive being used earlier does not have available to her right now. So we have Sona and Ezreal coming down from the top to deal with this. Mike and Talith PA, we'll see if they have this under control or not. Confidarius dives right in. Talith PA dives right out. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, especially when it comes to blinks. One blink in, one blink out, and they're able to deflect that. But up at the top, once again, it's a Parkhurst kind of in the mix of things with just one guy backing up, and he really hasn't been able to withstand that.
No. Again, it's a lot of damage. There's a lot of CCs. There's mobilities. You got your taunts. You got the stun, and then from there, if you don't have any kind of backup, they're just gonna chip away at you, and that's exactly what's happened. Parker's now 0-4-8. He's tanked up fairly nicely though, but at the same time, that's really his role here. He's taking up and soaking a lot of this damage, but now he just kind of needs to get a team more behind some of those tankings. Otherwise, it's all for naught.
And Infeed chasing Eulalia here has gotten Ignite down, and Eulalia is retreating or advancing in the opposite direction, as the case may be, as Confitarius is also back, following that minion right there. Minion's got those little big fists, likes to do a lot of extra damage. Never underestimate the minions in this game mode. They're getting pushed up to the tower now, so they're going to do some work in helping to neutral that. But Alistar, Parker's from behind, kicking Infeed straight on out of there from that engagement. And Infeed not able to connect well with the Noxian Guillotine, unfortunately. Now Confidarius being chased out of the fight. Eulalia still up from that ultimate, and Parkhurst is going to hit that speed shrine. He's going to go somewhere. Let's see where he opts to go. He's just going to tap for the extra movement speed. He's going to head up towards, circling around, going to go down to interrupt Diana at the bottom.
Now, well, Parkhurst is going to be able to hold this point with that tower. Should be able to grab a kill, or at least chase him down, but Confitarius being a little bit more of a thorn in the side than anticipated. Mike does drop from this top after those impressive kills from Blind Pig Bandits. Infeed comes up here with Painkiller. Now Booberry, the dream team of AoE and CC. Yeah, it's going to be lights out for the Blind Pigs, and we will maintain this top lane for the Pays Evelynn child support. Does look like, however, Confitarius did drop to Battle Cow, so yeah, good game well played there.
Pays Evelynn Child Support has been doing a very good job of holding top, but all of these exchanges have been pretty ugly. Each time that they do get a successful defense, their champions get so low on health afterwards that they have to retreat very often after each one. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that up for the whole game or not. I mean, that will work just fine, but all it's going to take is, one misstep in the opposite direction for either team to get just slightly ahead or just slightly below in a fight for things to go really badly.
Mm-hmm. And we are actually on the back foot now for the Blind Bandits. 208 to 352 as the point score. And you can see at Parker's kind of really having issues just jumping into this team. I mean, he has to be this initiator. He has to bring that control to the fight, the headbutts, the ground slams, but it's just not working for him. He is tanking it up like a storm, but at the same time, the poke comp kind of just failing a little bit here. Painkiller might go down. Just barely not, but Infeed with the guillotine, bam, again, takes you at the neck. Bottom lanes kill each other in those bottom lanes, but they are the quests, so we might see a little bit more of a transition to the bottom lane for a bit to get those very important objectives.
And Half-Hearted been hanging on to his ult so far for this entire engagement. Hasn't really found a good way to deploy it yet. And Infeed with the Noxian Guillotine there, he wants another one. Zamike is right there. Is he going to get that? We're going to find out. And he's going to opt for just a normal mode kill on that one. Aish getting really, really low, but wants to try and finish some people off. That Orb of Deception can. Infeed and Painkiller, both the same school of survival method. Talith PA getting that shot on Booberry right there and going for that aggressive Arcane Shift and wants to seal the deal, but he doesn't have that Arcane Shift to be able to escape from Brand now and Rammus, unfortunately. But he pops that Cleanse, gets to walk, and clears that taunt status immediately. Very, very good thing to have. I love Cleanse on champions that have a blink like LeBlanc, Cat, Ezreal, any of those kind of champions it synchronizes very, very well with. And Eulalia was able to get the bottom point neutralized, but was not able to finish off Confidarius. Sona is going down, though.
As I said, we're probably going to see a little bit more emphasis on these bottom lanes. Those quest objectives are very important when it comes to a lot of these team fights, especially the more you go on into the game. Confiteor is trying to do his best to take out Zamike, but there's that CC that we wanted. Parker's able to take her down, but Captain Booberry and Infeed are here to safeguard this point. Booberry even going to go a little bit toe-to-toe. just deciding of it. I don't know. That was probably a bad idea to get out of that ultimate because now it has a little bit of a cooldown to it. There we go. Now it's going to be back. We are trying to keep this, and this is the entire team minus the Ari in this bottom lane. It does look like we are going to be solidifying that point for the Blind Pig Bandits. They will pay for it with the top aggression, though, coming out of
They're just going to go for a quick cap and then recall back to try and get to the other point in time. You see Zemike popping that recall immediately right there. Lalia just hanging out to try and defend the point. Throws that down, is able to get the interrupt, I think. Yeah, they stopped capping for a minute, so he must have gotten that connection with that there.
Yeah.
And Ezreal coming up from the side, Zemike coming from the front. Gonna go ahead and powerball on out of there. Eulalia gets the kill off on infeed under that point, but Eulalia is taken down in the process. Confidar is able to get that point back, but Blind Pig Banditos did secure the quest beforehand, so they do still have that buff rolling for a little while.
Well, at least on 4 of them. Turns out my camera speed actually can't chase an Ezreal ultimate, so I'm not gonna try that again. But yeah, I mean, we did lose Eulalia there. She had to use her ultimate. She was able to get the revenge kill, keeping Darius out of this top lane for just a little bit longer. And this is probably the only opportunity we're going to get for Blind Pig to take this top. We don't have a Darius. We got the Confitarius in the bottom on Diana, and we do have that buff for this top lane. So if they can't make this happen, I'm not too sure there's going to be a better opportunity. And you can see him trying. Captain Booberry taking lots of damage. The solo goes down on top of everything, but nope. Infeed now back up into this top. You see him go up and down and all around, all those axes everywhere, and now it is not looking good whatsoever for the Blind Pigs. They have to retreat out of this.
Zemike is gonna escape. It's totally fine. Ashe saved him. Zemike, Ashe saved you. Don't die. Your friend's death would be in vain if you did that. Infeed and Half-Hard still alive after that engagement there. Half-Hard doing a lot of damage. Infeed coming in to help clean up that fight. And you were absolutely right. If they had maybe pushed that, I don't know, a few seconds earlier, maybe 5 seconds earlier, they would have gotten, they might have been able to finish that before Infeed got there.
Well, I'm looking at a little bit of the picks. I'm looking a little bit at the items, and I'm noticing Frozen Heart, Randuin's, and even on Half-Hearted we got that Rylai's. It is Tank City for Pays Evelynn Child Support, and that is why we're having such a tough time grabbing these ins into these fights. I mean, we've seen a Parker's trying again and again as I'm watching Confitarius, get revenge killed. Again and again, we can't get an angle into these, and they can't blow up anyone.
Yeah, everyone is extremely durable, and everyone also has tenacity. 8 people with Mercury Treads in this game. They want to make sure they limit that CC because of how much CC there is, but Talith PA struggling to get out, not able to blink away from that Noxian Guillotine entirely. Ashe getting taken down, and things looking really unfortunate right now. Zemike is going to live for a little bit while longer. That's not a correct sentence, but you know what I mean. And Ezreal, Talith PA, shutting Infeed down over there by the refinery. Good shot by Ezreal with that true shot barrage. And though they did get those kills, they didn't get anything out of it.
No.
But they did sustain what they have right now, which is good. Rammus heading up to the top right now to deal with Talith PA, I'd assume.
Well, that fight was essentially a 5 for 2. I mean, we had Confitarius and Eulalia kill each other, so that 1-1, and then just the rest of Blind Pig just dropping, and then Infeed with that true shot barrage. It is not looking good whatsoever. I'm looking at the kill counter, and this is why you ban Darius, folks. 17, 5, and 4. His damage output at this point is just off the charts. And again, looking at the positioning here, we cannot get an into these team fights on top of Pays Evelynn Child Support. And Blind Pig Bandito is really paying the price because they're not tanky enough, they're not surviving the poke, and they're not getting the kills that they need. Saying that, Booberry goes down, Half-Hearted goes down, but we did lose Eulalia that bottom lane, and that is where Infeed is currently camping. So it might be a trade-off of points, but I do think Painkiller can hold this long enough to get some reinforcements.
And Painkiller Rammus is, I would say, he's about as tanky as Alistar is. He is extraordinarily durable, and he's going to circle around. He's going to windmill, I don't got that. Drill, I do got that. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
correct sentence either, but Confidant is going over. He's gonna go for that Q. Yeah, Painkiller on one side, Boo Bear on the other side, Painkiller on the third side. Wait, Confidant on one side, Painkiller and Captain Boo Bear. I said Painkiller twice. Painkiller can be in two places at once. He's so good.
Painkiller. Is it painkiller? I think it's painkiller. Painkiller?
It's a Painkiller. Painkiller on bottom lane, Painkiller top lane, Painkiller Alistar. Noxian Guillotine taking out Eulalia down at the
Don't
bottom
go
end
master.
right there. But she's still alive, still chasing infeed, buying Mike plenty of time to pick that point up.
Yeah, that's the thing with Yorick. Every time Yorick goes down, she's usually able to get that revenge kill into that bottom lane. I mean, look at Yorick, 6, 13, and 2. That's a lot of deaths, but of course, she is able to clean up a lot of these kills when that revive is not up. Top lane, however, very overwhelming fight for Evelynn Child Support. They take that back, not a problem, and this is probably going to seal the deal. We got 12 points left on the board for Blind Pick Bandits, and they are very likely going down into a 22-minute match.
And Confidant is taking the hits. Not ooh, that Zhonya's hourglass is whoa, not so safe after all.
Talon's like, no problem, I need to charge up my bow anyways.
Wake up into True Shot Barrage is a bad play, but it's not going to be enough to save them that game. They cannot get that last little bit of cap to neutral that point.
No.
And Evelynn Child Support is going to take game number 1 over Blind Pick Banditos.
Yeah, people in chat asking about Jace. Jace was definitely a ban. If you see a Jace, run for your life. That's really the moral of that story. But check out this. Moral of this one, do not let Darius make it to the field. That resettable guillotine plus the true damage that it does bring to the table is just too much to deal with. I mean, look at that, 19 and 6. Pretty ridiculous.
Very impressive KDR right there. That's a 3-1 roughly on that. So it's very, very good.
So guys, that was game number 1 of the finals. I didn't put game number 1 in the description, but it was game number 1. It is a best of 3, so this is going to be Blind Pick Bandits' game to lose coming up into game number 2. If they don't take it, it is going to be a nice 2-0 sweep for Evelynn Child Support. Otherwise, we are going to be forced into a game number 3, which means more games for you guys. So guys, we're going to get this rolling. Vado Clan, aka Gander, doing that analysis. Forko Jester here doing the stream, and you know, we're not going anywhere. We're going to get this next game set up. Come back in a few moments, and we should be good to go. We'll see you then.